Welcome back. Thank you for joining us. I'm here with Jonathan and Tim. Um, we've got quite a lot going on. We've got a live battle, bit of a weird one in Mali, and it's all kicking off in Mongolia. Some fairly tragic and interesting things have been happening. So where should we go first? Let's just look at this little conflict in Mali, then we'll go to the main front in Mongolia. So I've sent my corvettes down the coast, and they're in the southwest coast of Mali's territory, and they've put four armoured fighting vehicles out into the sea. Don't know what they're doing. Maybe they're moving them around the coast, but I've got two corvettes there, and if I can find them, they're difficult to click on. There we go. There's the corvettes, two corvettes, and they're actually in combat, I believe, with the transport convoy that has four armoured fighting vehicles of Mali. So it'd be great if I can take that out. That'll be really good. It will probably, take out half of what they've got. I came across, actually, Jonathan, in, what's it called? Borem, which is the last city I took in the Mali territory, which is West Africa, that bit buffering us from Brazil. You've got a couple of... you've spotted it, your anti-air division, and you're going for it. Brilliant. Okay, I'm going to go along with it then.
What is that? Is it strikes or something?
It's just one strike fighter, and I had a stack of 4 mechanised. I've got one more now, I think. And they weren't really doing any damage to the strike fighter, so I'm thinking that the mechanised infantry's defence against planes doesn't quite work. Because I've come across that before, where I've had a big stack of mechs that didn't really seem to be doing any damage to the air. They were on the move, but they were getting hit by air fire. They didn't seem to be doing any damage back. I think that's when we were actually attacking Mongolia initially. So I think there's a game dynamic that's broken for mechanised infantry, where they don't fight back the air against the air people. So I'm going to have to invest in some anti-air, but you've kindly got some with me anyway. And they've probably only got one strike fighter. Now, let's go and see what's happening in Mongolia. So, when I logged on earlier to have a look, in Kabul, basically the Mongolian player had like a big stack of 10 troops and the officer, the infantry officer, and then Myanmar had a big stack there too. It looked like it was something like 4... armoured recon and 4 troops or something, but anyway, they had loads and loads of troops, about 20 between them, on Kabul. What happened, Jonathan?
They're all gone now. So last night I started off by having some anti-air follow you. So you see you're taking this path up here, Kuzdar. He has a little airfield just to the east, 2 provinces east of Kuzdar, and he was flying his unit over there to attack a random province. So that got shot down, and it has his fixed wing officer in it. And then, as you say, we got like a snapshot of Kabul from last night, and he had what looked like a bunch of injured troops, like 10 units on minimal health, an infantry officer, Myanmar was there with he had some fairly high level combat recon vehicles, and I think there were 4 of those and 5 troops. And he also had some tanks, which I only discovered when I got closer to the city. So he must have moved those in afterwards, and the information we got from the intel was just like a snapshot of that time. So that was interesting to see. But what I did is moved in some artillery to one of these northern provinces. So it's in the mountains, so it did some extra damage, and I just got just within range and just started chipping away. And then immediately Myanmar decided to move his whole stack towards me, so I backed up and kept attacking and sent my strikes in to finish them off. And then at the same time, you came in from the south and took it out from under him. So now he's also lost his infantry officer and all 10 of his units, and Myanmar's just dead as well.
Wow.
He's got another officer and it kind of took me a little bit by surprise. I just waded into this northern city. If you go up, you can see I've kind of gone to Nur Sultan and then backed away. He's got, I think, a couple of tanks and a tank officer, which has got some of its health left. I think I'll be able to wade in there with just a few troops and some strike fighters to finish it off. I'm actually going in and patrolling now. And yeah, we would have taken down the majority of his army at this point. Not only that, whilst he's been focusing on this front, my special forces have actually done a bit of work, and they've killed some attack helicopters literally as soon as he's made them. And I positioned myself to get into the city for like it actually told me when the unit was due to be mobilized, and I got there in time to kill it, and I've done that. So I'm sure he's not really sure what to do with himself right now.
Spawn kill, very nice. You've wow, that's some pretty serious counter ops going on in the back lines there, behind enemy lines. Okay, so he's got something going on in Sultan. It's interesting actually because he kind of made the classic mistake as well. When he started moving out of Kabul toward you and your attack, your bombardment with your missiles, he went through mountains, and it must have taken him absolutely forever, and that wouldn't have helped either.
Yeah, I think it's a 4-hour trek just through the province that he went through.
Wow.
Bayanan, which is the northwest one from Kabul.
So I
deliberately positioned myself because I knew he would do that.
Very nice. Very nice. We'll have to think about what our next move is. We're just going to go for these cities around Kabul.
Yeah, absolutely. Just clean up. And then, Tim, you're going to come in over the top and take Tashkent. You might as well take the one above it, Shumkent. Sorry for the pronunciation. Yeah. And I'll just we could just race there. I'll probably go for Mazar-e Sharif, Kunduz, and then Peshawar. And yeah, do you think you're going to move many troops down into India, or do you want to leave that to one of us and refocus on Africa? That's the question.
Well, interestingly enough, I've had someone else declare war on me. So I've got 4 countries in Africa now declared war. Congo, Cameroon just declared war, you see. Nigeria, Mali. We've had a lot of new players join the game. At its lowest, there were about 25 players in. And then I said at some point a few days ago, there's like 30, 32. There's now about 38. So I don't know if anyone's sort of joining in as some of these countries and declaring war or what. But we'll see. I'm happy to keep my troops that I've got there just plodding through and just helping out a bit, but I'll let them sort of peter out, and because, as you know, I can see actually I took Kandahar, but then I bowled straight on when I saw that, you know, we needed to kind of go for Kabul and take them out because they were weak, and I can see you moved a troop in behind to kind of like keep it from going rogue, so that was cool. But yeah, as I pass through cities, I can drop a troop on now. Just wanted the full fighting force to go into Kabul because I could see they had a main battle tank in there. Wasn't too sure what else they had, so I thought that was a good match. I'll go for Jalalabad. Oh, and I'll split off. Hang on, I'll leave a troop on Kabul. So we'll take everyone but 1 infantry. There we go. I'll leave someone on Kabul, and then I'll go for Islamabad, and then I'll be getting short of infantry, right? So that's what we need really when you're invading and taking cities. But if you look at the first city that I took in the Mongolian front, Bandar Abbas, it's on 30%. So as soon as that goes to 34%, 34 is what I wait for, because on 33%. it'll tell you there's a 0% chance of incursion, but when you move your troop off, that often goes to 6%. So I wait until 34%, then I can move him on and do a bit of a land grab on some of these unclaimed provinces and just catch him up to the front line, and we'll just keep doing that and see how far we get. But yeah, the forces there are probably what I'll use, because like you say, I do need to focus a bit more on Africa and just take it out a bit. I think you guys have Mongolia now, that we've taken out his main force, and if I can focus a bit more on Africa, I can help with the land grabbing a bit more and get back to those 200 points a day that we were getting, which has slowed right down. So I'll refocus on Africa. Interestingly, I've just moved someone by accident. Click on you, cancel your orders. I've moved into Cairo, and I've got an underground bunker rebuilt. So I've retaken the Suez Canal, and we've got 2 main battle tanks. I've got a mobile SAM, and that's going to be joined by another mobile SAM shortly. Got a mechanised, and then 2 rocket launchers, and I've got another rocket launcher on the way. Rather randomly, I'd like to claim to be the first person in the game, our game, to build a certain infrastructure. I've built military logistics in between Strasbourg and Paris, because in Strasbourg, this is my homeland cities in France. In Strasbourg, that's where I'm tending to build some missile launchers and other vehicles, and they just roll on into Paris to fly on out to whatever airfield around. And so in between Strasbourg and Paris, I've built military logistics, and what that gives me is a plus 150% ground movement speed, which just helps speed up the deployment, along with building a few recruitment offices to build stuff a bit faster. So that's kind of where I'm at. I think those are the main sort of movements, and I'm moving some ships over to the Suez Canal as well. My most healthy stack of 2 destroyers and 3 frigates, just moving them up to think about going near the Suez Canal. Wait until Cairo's got a bit more beef in it. What have you guys been up to besides... What's this up here? Tim, what are you doing in Russia?
What am I doing? The very long walk through the snowy regions of Russia. Figured someone else to do it, so
yes,
just send some troops on the journey. I'll just slowly make my way around the back of Mongolia. It might just about time with when we sort of get there, going directly through his territory as well. So
fast forward a few days, and I'm looking forward to getting near the Philippines on land, so we can take the Malaysia, Singapore peninsula, and then North and South Korea, and then launch attacks from there. Get a bit of payback, really. Oh God, I've got some terrible news on the secret mission that was sent to the Kerguelen Islands. There was a troop there. They had a 25% entrenchment bonus, and the last thing I saw was their troop having 2 health, and mine had 0.1. So they just died. I'm afraid they're not going to complete their secret mission and launch into Australia. But I've had another top secret mission. You may have just seen it in the previous screenshots. I don't know if you've seen north of Sweden. I've got a naval unit going all the way past Russia, down and into Guam. We're going for a very close incursion to the Philippines. They might not see this coming, and could win the war. Could who knows? I mean, God knows what they're going to be able to do in Guam. Might be able to control some satellites that destroy the Philippines or something. We're going to have to see what happens. They're a few days out though, 3 or 4 days. So we'll see what happens with those guys, and if I can upgrade them in the meantime, they might be able to beat the if there are any occupants of that island in Guam. Guam is east of the Philippines, quite close to the Philippines. So
I mean, like, if you could get an airfield down there, then the next step would be to, like, take Hawaii from the United States. They're kind of fighting amongst themselves, and then you could hop your planes between there and Guam and have somewhere where you're already in range of Philippines' home cities. And he might not even see it coming.
Could win the war. Could be the thing that breaks the camel's back. So okay, good. Yeah, good plan. We'll see what happens with that then. Fiji was an option, but I just felt Guam was a bit more audacious.
Ooh.
So
how about Papua New Guinea?
Where's that? Oh, Papua New Guinea.
Well, it's just part of it. New Britain. He's just left one of these islands unchecked.
Oh yeah.
Port Moresby. He's taken everything else.
Oh yeah.
That'll be right next to him.
But he hasn't taken any island. He hasn't taken any islands that don't have a port. So there's loads. Yeah. So Guam would have a person on it, but like this New Britain wouldn't. Oh yeah, that'd be cool. I could claim it for you, Tim. New Britain. We'll see what we think when we get a bit closer. What sort of stuff are you building, Tim? And what's your next moves?
So look, I've rebuilt a few of my ships now. So I've got a couple of nice stacks just south of Spain. Getting ready to push back up, sort of towards Egypt and Saudi. Give it a couple more days. Get a couple more cruisers down there.
Great.
Got a new naval officer. He's been reborn. As Philippines lost at sea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got the subs leveled up to level 4 now.
Very
got
nice.
the naval officer up to level 3.
So I'll have a look at their stats. Subs are 10 attack against boats and subs. It's pretty strong. Were they 8 before? 8 attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've decided I'm going to keep my frigates around my cities because they don't seem that strong in the stacks against the Philippines, just because his ships are such high levels. Yeah, my frigates are kind of dead weight in my stacks really, so I'm just going to fill them out with like cruisers. And then use the frigates around my cities as like any sort of missile defense or anything like that. Just in case he decides to rock up with ballistic subs or anything.
You never know.
It's interesting you can say that because like I've been making frigates and I'm thinking like they're a bit useless at the minute, so I've kind of stuck them next to Italy. I don't really know what I'm doing with them, but I figure like if he's flying planes over somewhere, I could maneuver them into a position where they could provide some missile defense. Would you rather have them like round your home city so you could move more of yours away?
Potentially. I think I'm going to have to keep like a big stack of cruisers back home as well, just in case he decides to like go all the way around Africa instead of the previous route he took and just went straight for me or anything like that. I think I've still got to be a bit wary of him.
I've just built a cruiser in Bordeaux. I'm going to send that round into the Med. That'll be my only alive cruiser that I know of. I'm sure I had one before. It must have died. So I've joined the cruiser game, boys, and I've been trying to level him up actually. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the current research going on. 1 hour and 21 minutes, and I'll be on the 3rd level of research for cruisers.
Yeah, it's important to have them at level 3. I'm going to do that as soon as possible. But yeah, you just outrange everything except cruisers, basically. So,
oh, will they go up to 100?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay, that's an important one. Yeah.
It just means you can't get attacked without returning fire, because...
Yeah. Great. And actually, once I get dug into Cairo, which I pretty much am anyway, I've got 2 rocket launchers on there now. There'll very soon be 3. I think, where is it? Here, 4 hours away from having 3 rocket launchers. And then that's going to cause some pretty serious damage, because I do have the underground bunkers there, and I do have some air support. And that's just going to double. I do want to go down and get Hargeisa dug in at Hargiesa with a big stack as well, and I've gone extra on my production because I've got, where are they? I've got 3 level 4/5 army bases, and I'm just pumping out rocket launchers. So I've got I'm building 3 rocket launchers right now, a cruiser, 2 mechanized, and a main battle tank. I've started production on the main battle tanks again, so it's a pretty powerful army just being produced right now. So that'll be good for the front line.
Nice.
What sort of stuff are you building for the attack on Mongolia, Jonathan?
So I'm going for some rocket launchers too. I'm currently upgrading another city to level 5. Well, it's just nearly level 4. So I'm pooling all mine together because I don't have that many. I'll have 5 in the same place to push through Mongolia and Myanmar shortly. Replenishing some strikes, so I'm already back up to around 12. More SAM turrets just because I've got like so many supplies to burn through. Making another radar.
Cool.
And yeah, I'm actually building 4 strike fighters at the minute.
Wow.
And a couple of frigates just for some extra air defense if I should need them. And yeah, I've got, because I've annexed a few cities, I've got some space to build some random motorized infantry to help take cities.
Great. Sounds like you're cooking on gas right now.
Yes.
How many supplies and components are you producing per hour?
536 and 542 respectively. So
Cool.
just about enough.
Pretty nice. I've almost caught you up on supplies, but I'd imagine you've got more units sucking them in. I've got 526 supplies, 494 components. I've been really focusing on arms industries and local industries. So that's starting to pay off. How many supplies per day are your units using?
Nearly 5,000. How about yours?
Cool. 2,900. So you've got a slightly bigger army using more supplies anyway. Wow.
There is a way to see. Let's see if we can go on coalition view. Then, oh no, it doesn't work like that. Brazil applied to join the coalition. I don't know.
Oh yeah, we remembered. What did we say about that? We're going to decline, or just ignore him?
Oh well, I mean, he must have applied like weeks ago. Yeah. Either way.
Yeah, but I mean, if he joined us, he's across the pond, isn't he, in America? What has he been doing? Oh, wow. He's certainly incurred into Mexico. We haven't had a look at him for a while because we've been so focused on this coalition. But wow, he'll be a worthy opponent. Yeah, we definitely don't want him to join our coalition. We want him to spread, and so we can then attack. It'd be great seeing how we can attack across large distances. We've not done that yet. We're going over land so far.
So you can actually see, if you go on diplomacy, and then there's a little info thing next to the player. If it's a friendly player or somebody you're sharing intelligence with, you can see a few things, how many provinces they've got, what their average morale of all their provinces and cities are, their global popularity, which isn't something I quite understand, the capital, and their military size. So I've got 92 units at the minute, and you have 60, and Tim, you've actually got 74. So you've got a lot going on. Is that mostly ships you've got?
It must be at least a third ships and subs.
Yeah.
Oh, nice stats. I'm just having a look through them. Yeah. Our popularity 67%, global popularity 13%. Do you know what? I hate to say this, but I think I'm more popular than you.
Is it because I'm at war with more people?
Does
that make me unpopular, or is it something to do with like civilian casualties?
I think it's just about how cool you are. I don't know. I'm not sure though.
Well,
Although Tim's on 12%. I'm not sure. Our popularity, I've got 67%, and then global popularity 13%. So I don't know what that means.
No.
I seem
You
to
don't
have...
need to be told when you can be a dictator, you know?
True. You're a proper
55%.
dictator. I see you're land grabbing in Mongolia. That's a good move. And it's going to take him 14 hours to go through all that. It's and that's not mountains. So once we get to the mountains, the land grabbing is going to get very, very slow. So we're going to be using up an awful lot of infantry just sitting on some of these cities and land grabbing. It's going to be a very slow process, but it's going to be death by attrition for Mongolia. I think we've got their card numbered, and Myanmar. I don't know. I mean, it'll be interesting to see what else Myanmar and Mongolia put forward, really, and what the Philippines are going to do next if they send someone else down the Suez Canal. And after a while of ignoring Brazil, they may come after us as well. So we'll have to see what happens there. Tim, frigates, the only thing about frigates, if Philippines come after you with an aircraft carrier, are frigates any use to fend off their planes?
Yeah, there would be. The naval officer has good anti-air defense as well.
Well, that sounds good.
I'm going to keep a frigate in the other stacks. It's just I want to create just one monster stack of 4 cruisers and a naval officer that can just overpower in a proper sort of head-to-head fight. And then have the frigates as sort of backup.
It'd be cool if you had a stack of cruisers, stack of destroyers, stack of frigates, and then just kept them all together, and then bang, indestructible.
Yeah.
I'm trying to decide my next research. I've fully leveled up. You'll be very glad to hear my rocket launchers. So they've now got 5.5 attack against boats, 7 against troops and tanks. So they're quite hard. I mean, they're about as good attack against boats as you can get for any land unit, I think. So they're certainly more effective than they were. They're vastly more powerful in the Cairo stack. So I kind of want to test them out, but I do want more rocket launchers there. I want to have 5 or something in Cairo. So I think my options next are updating my SAM launcher, which I should probably do, or upgrading my battle tanks. If I can get my battle tank upgraded to the full level, I can fly them around the world, which will be very, very useful as well. Means I can fly them back to Warsaw to get healed. Should we see how the medical bay is getting on? I've got a few things. Oh, full health motorized infantry, pretty much there on the combat recon, but they've healed quickly because they've got a low health anyway. And 2/3 of the way there on the battle tanks, 58.1 out of 100. 2 battle tanks and then 1 mech, so a bit of a short stack there, but it's certainly going to reinforce. I'm going to send them back to Africa, I think, when they're healed, which won't be long. That'll be a really good impetus to send in for the attack. Got a few radar contacts. They're not going to be easy. I'm certainly going to lose troops in Africa, but I'll see how I get on. I'm trying to do a big old land grab here. 3 days, 4 hours, but I will see units along the way and he will die, so it'll just kind of a way of finding enemy units as well. And it's only a motorized infantry, it's none of my good mechs, and a fairly good old stack there. Got 5 mechs there, one coming in to join the party, and we're going back to Borum to finish our unfinished business with the strike fighter that I couldn't quite get. What else are we thinking?
Would you be able to follow me to Tashkent with your anti-air?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
He's not quite out of range yet, but yeah.
Where's that, Tim?
Just Turkmenistan to Tajikistan.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so you're on your way to Tashkent, got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be a nice one to take. It'll cut him off in a way from his southern cities. So I'll slice him in two. I like that. Divide and conquer.
Yeah. He'll still have troops sort of around in India. So yeah, it should hopefully sort of cut him off from there.
Yeah, I think he might have suffered a bit of a morale loss as well, because Hyderabad, he's got a rogue state. What's Mumbai doing? 39%. I'm just having a look at the percentages of the cities that he holds near India. They're quite high percentages, so there'd be no reason for him to have troops on there anymore. So he may well have consolidated them all onto Kabul, and there'll be nothing left to fight. Or we might come across another short stack. I'm not even sure if India kind of fought back either, because I'm sure he took more of India than he's got. I think India may have fought back, so we might get a bit of resistance from India, and then we'll come up against Myanmar before long. And I think it may get to a point where Philippines realises that they need to chip in with the allies properly, and we may be facing some pretty scary stacks on land from the Philippines. That's possible. Our gold player, we know they're gold, playing with gold. So
yeah, I kind of just want to try and keep Philippines at bay, just keep his ships under control, and kind of, if he wants to stop us, just kind of force him to like go into the mainland with troops and hit us that way.
Yeah, it'll be pretty interesting to see what he comes up with, considering he fully upgraded his cruisers as he was attacking us with gold.
Yeah.
So yeah, God knows what he'll send through the land. Maybe he'll stick to the sea, and he's just massing stack after stack of fully upgraded cruiser piles like you are.
Well, he can do it faster with his wallet if he wants to.
Yeah.
But,
is it too late to pay his way out of this though? That's the question.
I don't know, he's got plenty of time to prepare, and he's kind of probed our defences, hasn't he? Doesn't seem like he sent in he sent in an incredibly serious attack, but I mean, considering against that was against 3 players. Maybe he realises now what he's up against, and he's going to take it very seriously from now on. He's probably just bowled that stack into people before, and they've not stood a chance. But we were able to band together and fight him off, weren't we? So maybe he realises he's got to up his game big time now. So of the whole alliance.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's a pretty good update. I can see a Mongolia running away. They've got in the north near Nur Sultan, the far northwestern province. There's an attack helicopter. Don't know who
I think
they're going
he's
for.
using that to defend, like he's got this airfield province.
I think
he's just hovering with it. It's
Patrolling.
nearly out of range. I think I can catch it just by patrolling with my fixed wing officer. So in 5 minutes that's going to arrive, and also in a few minutes I'm going to kill another troop which has just spawned on his home city of Darkhan. He's not going to see that coming. 80 attack on this stack of 8 special forces units.
Oh, that's tragic. Because what have you killed so far in his home provinces? Attack helicopters.
Yeah, couple of attack helicopters, and this will just be the next victim.
So
he's just making it. It's immediately dying.
So he's only got about 5-6 homeland provinces, and yeah, he's desperately trying to reinforce the fight, but you're taking them out before they can even join the war.
Yeah.
Very nice. Okay, well, plenty of action going on. There's some live fights. There's one, two. There's one with my corvettes going on, and I'm sure we're going to get many more contacts in Mongolia. So if you've got nothing else to add, I think we can finish the episode there.
Not for now. Let's just see how it goes.
Okay, well, we'll see you all tomorrow. So it's goodbye from me, and it's goodbye from them.
Yeah.
Bye.
Over and out.